What's up, everybody? Spreader here. I'm back, but I'm not back in the Viper. I'm sitting here in the brand new F-22 mod released by Grinnelli earlier today. And this is the second version. I had the original version. This thing is a beast. I've flown it once just to make sure all of my mappings were right and to kind of figure out some basics here for y'all. Still definitely figuring some stuff out, so I guess we get to learn together. I'm going to give you some initial impressions and what I think of it, especially compared to the original, and try and answer a lot of questions I've had and a lot of questions I've seen online. So without further ado, I'm going to give you guys a little montage. Okay, so I'm sitting here in the cockpit. First thing I see is the heads-up display is 100% the F-15C heads-up display, uh, which isn't my favorite. I'm used to the Viper heads-up display. It's a lot less blocky and gives you a lot more info in a clearer pattern, but this'll work. And I honestly, with DCS's or with Eagle Dynamics limiting the advanced flight models, I'm glad to have a working heads-up display in general. Then right below that, we've got COM1, and all that does is pull up our quick radio shortcuts. So I can't actually, since this is kind of built off of the F-15, I can't actually set my radio channels in Cockpit, which is annoying, but again, Eagle Dynamics is limiting all of that. So COM2 pulls up your mission resources. Might as well give ourselves some more fuel. This can hold a lot of chaff and flare. Double the chaff the F-15 can, which is awesome. The other thing I've noticed is this comes packaged with a ton of liveries. And I'll go back into the mission editor and show you all those. There's some really cool ones in here, like the Starscream skin or the Tiger Meat. It's even got the YF-22 original livery. You're not going to look like a YF-22 because the shape's a little bit different, but they've got an Israeli Air Force skin. There's all sorts of cool stuff in here. The aggressor skins are awesome. They might be my favorite. Maximum weight, that's all accurate. This whole thing looks accurate. You can hold, I don't know if these are just AIM-9s renamed to be the double X, but we'll have to test that out. And then they also have AIM 120Ds, which I don't think those are in DCS in general. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am. But so we'll have to try that out too. And then you've got your smoke winders, and then you can do the external fuel tanks as well.
Request refueling.
We'll do a quick refueling.
Request rearming.
Okay, so then... Oh, my engine's not off. No worries there. The navigation button, I think... It's doing stuff on the HUD. I'm not familiar enough with the F-15 to know what that's doing. We'll figure that might be something I have to figure out later.
Complete.
Then the steer point literally just pulls up your kneeboard map, which is pretty cool, I guess. I'd rather have real steer points, but again, this is not a full fidelity model. IFF does nothing. Your autopilot's right here. Your heads-up display is super cool. This is really handy. In the F-15, you have to memorize a bunch of key commands for... Oh, I guess that goes away after a certain amount of time. You have to memorize a bunch of key commands for the... I'm going to turn off my track IR because it doesn't like when I'm talking. There we go. The F-15, you have to memorize a bunch of key commands for all of these. The F-15 just gives it to you right away, which is going to be really nice in combat, I think. Other literally just cycles your HUD appearance, which is pretty cool. There's a bunch of... I prefer green because it's the classic color, but... And then DVR does nothing. And then... I'm not exactly sure what all works on... I'm pretty sure this is the radio page. We'll turn my track IR back on. 256, 113. Yeah, these buttons are not clickable. That doesn't do anything. I think this is just giving you some quick statistics. I don't know how to change pages. Okay, then over here you've got your completely forgot what this is called, but it gives you like your elevation, your roll, angle of attack, all that fun stuff. So that's kind of nice. I don't think those buttons work either. Nope. Alright, and then these two MFDs are swappable and have a ton of information, so I'll get to those. This middle MFD literally does nothing because... Oh, well, there's the radar. Okay. RF mode. Okay, we'll figure that out in the air. I know this is... It just says classified. There's nothing for that. And then SFM. Oh, that's nice. That'll give you all of your readouts there. Oop. Data log. That's pretty cool, actually. And then the config gives you some nice little... So right now the canopy is gold tinted. There's a good angle. So I can literally... We can go to a black tint. That looks pretty cool. I think with some of those skins that'll look a lot better. And then you can just do like the clear glass. I definitely like the gold tint. And then the visor mirror is literally the pilot. Oop. So you can see he's got a mirrored visor. We go back. You can give him a gold tint as well. There we go. Black tint, which is clear. And then there's clear that looks the same. Yeah. And then you can give him aviators. It looks ridiculous. And then back to the mirror. I personally like the mirror tint. And then these are your internal floodlights. I've messed with the family photo button. I don't think it does anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. And then window cling puts a little Garfield up in the cockpit. Where is it? Yep, there it is. I don't know, I might keep that for some style. So that's kind of fun. You get some extras there. I'm gonna put that on radar. That must be your range. Okay. So if we look over here to the left, these MFDs have all the same info. So I'm just gonna go through one. You've got all of your engine readouts here, nozzle positions, cabin pressure. That's pretty cool. I know these readouts are accurate from the quick flight I did to make sure my mappings were right. Oof. There we go. Turn off track IR for a second. It does not like when I'm talking. Then you've got your SMIS, and that's literally just your F-15C SMIS. You've got all your readouts there. None of the buttons do anything, even though it says air to ground. Menu. Okay. So we're in engine. Then you can go to the bay, and this is pretty cool. These are all of your weapons bays. And right now it's in ground safe, but you can do a ground override. So, and I don't know how to get these to close once I ground override open, but earlier it seemed to just kind of close on its own after a while, so we'll give her a shot. So I hit ground override, go outside. There we go. That is pretty awesome. Okay, so again, none of the buttons work except for the top ones, and you can hit ground override again, and nothing closes. So, oh! Would you look at that? Oh, I told you all I'd be learning with you, so there you go. Then you can look at the fuel. So you've got all your fuel tanks here, and I think those will... Yeah, there's your total pounds there. That's really sucking fuel. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have to go through that. And then your flight control systems, so that gives you all your readouts, which is super nice. And you can actually turn on your G override or your angle of attack override, or just leave it on auto. And that actually changes up here as well. So we can definitely have a lot of fun. Oh, you've also got your ADI here. Then we can go back engine. Also got your HSI for navigation. So if I set up some waypoints. And then we've seen all that. So I'm going to go back to engine just for our basic readouts. Then I'm going to turn on track IR again. Okay. So this did take... Oh! And I forgot. You've got the same... These three MFDs are the same. I always forget about this one because it's always hiding down here. So you can keep 3 different windows open here, plus your radar, which is super handy. And then as far as I know... Oh, a couple of these are... Okay, so these are clickable. Nose, left, right. I don't know. Oh, that's my landing gear. Duh. Okay. Yeah, so like some of these buttons aren't clickable, like volume, oxygen, none of that's clickable, and I don't think any of this over here is either. Oh, but things on the throttle are. Interesting. Oh, your exterior lights. Air-to-air refueling, except for that one. All your interior flood options. Ah, okay. So all in all, this thing is pretty complete. The original Grinnelli F-22, literally none of this was clickable, and it was actually pretty rudimentary looking. It didn't make you feel like you're in an F-22. This definitely does. Um, so I feel like taxiing and doing some aerial maneuvers to see how this thing rolls. Uh, I made the mistake of spawning on the wrong side of the runway, so I'm going to taxi all the way to the other side, and then we're going to do some takeoff fun. Real quick, as I'm taxiing, I'm noticing this thing does not taxi like a regular model in DCS. It literally, you can just point the nose. There's no... That is very interesting. Very easy to steer. I don't think I can tip this thing over either. Huh. Strange. Yeah, it does not taxi right. The nose wheel steering is very strange. Well, anyway, back to our epic takeoff. Alright, here we go. Let's see what this thing can do. Wow, nose up at 100 knots. Go. I'm gonna landing gear up. Go. Let's go vertical. Yeah, this thing's gaining speed fast. There we go. HUD's got a nice readout for us to let us know I'm vertical. Wow, this thing can climb. Well, it does not fly like an F-15, that's for sure. We just took off and went straight up, and I'm already at 15,000. Pretty much. Back off, you can see our little readouts here. Tell you when the afterburner's lit, which is pretty cool. Let's see if I can't go into some VVR mode. Here we go. And I actually did not bind my radar at all, because again it's an F-15 radar. Just let me do that real quick. There's our radar there. This thing's a little shaky in the air. Doesn't feel like it has a fly-by-wire like the F-16. Oop, I bound things backwards, but yeah, radar seems to work. This is a blank mission, so there's nobody up here. Let's check our weapons bay. How do I open these? That's how I select them. To a center. Yeah, we'll try and do all here. This thing's cruising. There's our cabin pressure. How the heck do I open this? I know it was one of these buttons earlier. I'm gonna try turning the master arm on first, because I didn't see anything. I think that's master arm. Weapons armed. Well, I think I have an AIM 120D selected. Let's see if the weapons bays are supposed to open. We'll just fire one. Oh, and the trim. Weird. That was sick. That looked awesome. I wonder if, because I have them here, let me trim this out real quick. It's very touchy. I'm gonna have to adjust my curves again. Oh, yep, and you can see my fuel tanks slowly going down. That is really handy. Wow, you have to trim the crap out of this. Here, my roll is a little weird. I'm gonna adjust my curve. See if that does it. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna launch an AIM 9, but I'm going to... Well, okay, here, let me see if I just select the bottom bays, if I launch a 120, if it just opens the bottom bay. There we go. Okay, so the first detent on the stick opens the bay doors, the second detent fires the missile. So that's pretty cool. Let's go just bore sight it. I think I have my... There's my AIM 9 tone. I don't know which one it fires first, so we're just gonna do all. Ooh, my pitch is really touchy. We're gonna have to adjust that later too. This left first. So now we go right. Okay, that is so freaking cool. I feel like a little kid. We fired all our AIM 9s, so we'll keep it centered. That is awesome. Ooh. Yeah, this thing gains altitude. Can't really see the throttle here. I'm kind of guessing where mill power is. That is awesome. Okay, let's see. I think that switches to guns. I'm gonna dive down and we'll try her out. Strafe some things. We'll zoom. Yeah, I see we get all the F-15 warnings. Man, this thing is cruising. I'll show you what that looks like externally. Yeah, not hit the hill though. Oh, the hatch opens up. That is so freaking cool. Alright, I gotta dogfight someone. I'll set that up. Alright everyone, I am back and ready to dogfight. I gotta... Let me double check auto guns mode in the F-22 because it doesn't list it here. I can flip to my cannon there, but it doesn't actually lock onto anything. So I've got an enemy MiG like 10 miles in front of me. Let me double check my auto guns mode real quick. Alright, we'll give this a shot. I don't think the gun sight's gonna lock onto him, which is very annoying. We can also do this. Stump my 9. Splash. The gun sight is really weird on this. Oops. Still look okay. Supposedly the thrust vector animations are supposed to work. I'm not seeing it a whole lot. Yeah, I'm not seeing the nozzles move for thrust vector. So that can't be it. That's super cool how the paint moves. Well, there you go. Those are my initial impressions of the F-22. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to give me a like and a subscribe if you want. And I'll be getting you guys more content. Thanks.